This is day 680 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is sponsored in Nishmas Chana Feigo Bas Leib Olai Bishmeyer and Yenta, who's yours in this week. May in the Neshama have an Aliyah. If you would like to sponsor come share more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. It'd be greatly appreciated. Yesterday we started Hilchos Rosh Chodesh, and we're continuing that. So they're doing Siman Tav Chaf Sif Aleph to Siman. I'm sorry, that's tomorrow's. Siman Tav Yud Zayin Sif Ches. So Siman Tav Yud Tes Sif Base. Ches. So we're talking about Chodesh. Our minhag is family sim Baruch HaChodesh Dugmas Kiddush Chodesh Mumad, just like Kiddush Chodesh, which took place when people were standing. The other kind of minhag lay down Mola Beish and Baruch HaChodesh. And so they have minhag to know the Mola when Baruch HaChodesh. The basing Shekichu Pshita Shaloi Dias Mele Makachim, because the basing when they were Makadosh Chodesh, they obviously had to know the Mola, either according to the Psalm going to because they always took that into account, or according to the other Rishonim, and because they would want to know that in order to ascertain if the Eidim are saying something true. Mashinokim said Shabbos should come Rosh Chodesh. Initially, it was said Rosh Chodesh itself. Why is our community say Shabbos for Rosh Chodesh? Shem deika rov am, because there are many people present. Well, the other cult to let everybody know Amos side Rosh Chodesh when Rosh Chodesh takes place. It's interesting. Mishnah Berurah says that a place where the minhag is not to make Mevarchim Chodesh of, because we in Mother Peronis, I never heard that before, and I've never seen that, of course. But Matzasi Yerushalmi Sanhedrin seems to indicate that this is the best time to do it. Our mission to say that Bibur Chodesh, where it talks about people, this one knew that the previous month had 30 days, Zeloyada, and another one didn't know that 30 days. Omar Sham says that Omar Bezgan honor the min Yoma Lo Tzlis Musfa mean the Lo Yada Emas Yarcha. Since I never daven Musaf, I don't know ever when Rosh Chodesh is. The Mefarish says there the Musaf Rosh Chodesh guys going to the Musaf Rosh Chodesh. With more, that's astonishing. Came to Shatzich Lisbal Musaf Shitir the Shayam Rosh Chodesh. If he knows he has a daven Musaf, he knows it must be Rosh Chodesh, even if he doesn't daven it. And some people say it's going knowing the Molad. But Tamur Hechon was Karkamol, that's difficult. Where is the Molad mentioned here? And really, the Musaf Shabbos Kav Aminak Shulchan. But clearly, he says Shulchan's going that they used to say Mvarchim Chodesh on Shabbos right before Musaf, like our minhag, and he wasn't present for that, so he didn't know when Rosh Chodesh would be. Test. Petition Lona Gu Varch Birchas Chodesh Chodesh Lufanov. The Tishrei they did not. We don't not Baruch Chodesh. The week Shabbos before Rosh Chodesh Tishrei, which is Rosh Hashanah. The remez is that the into this is Bakesli Yom Chagenu, that that's the cover the day of our holiday is covered up, meaning we don't say when it's going to be. Voting furthermore, they can ask Rosh Chodesh Tishrei, be on plenty of Rosh Hashanah. And besides, how can we mention Rosh Chodesh Tishrei will be in such a day, and we won't mention Rosh Hashanah? And as Rosh Hashanah be on plenty, and we mention Rosh Chodesh and Rosh Hashanah will be on a certain day. Yeshin Mikol Shabbos Varchim is going to be different than every other Shabbos Varchim. Only Rosh Chodesh Rosh Chodesh Klal. This is not called Rosh Chodesh at all. Rosh Hashanah. It's called a Rosh Hashanah. I am one of my essay on the Machlis Shinu Sadi going to Rabban Ben Meir. I wrote that it could be that one reason when I'm a Baruch Chodesh Tishrei is because we don't want people to start thinking about, hey, is it a Molad Zaken? Isn't that a Molad Zaken? Should the Rosh Hashanah be Nidche? Should not be Nidche? And people might come to make erroneous assumptions, and the Luach will have a kilkul as it had in the days of Reb Sadi going to Rabban Ben Meir. Okay, you have to read my essay really to get into that. Back to the Arukh HaShulchan. Orim Adar Rishon, Rosh Chodesh Adar Rishon, Sheni Adar Sheni. Each one is so a month. V'nogel Amarik Misha Asanisim. Cousin say Misha Asanisim afterwards. V'yichad Shehu Veins that feel tefillah shows needs to be said before and kachel afterwards. Veins that tefillah b'Shabbos. It's not a tefillah bakosha, meaning Shabbos request which you don't do. El simatayv. It's for a good sign. A tikva sagul and hope for redemption. Shem shal chodesh mizchadesh is like the month has been renewed. Kamocha is chadshi, so to the Jews you renewed. Machshomer yirotzim mikodem, but that which people say the yirotzon beforehand, which we do. I'm astonished. Ech mutar leispalo b'Shabbos tefillah chadashim she'en b'tovas habrachos. How can we daven on Shabbos a new tefillah, which is not part of the standard brachos, meaning it's not part of the liturgy from the time of Chazal. El tefillah v'neatzma, it's a separate tefillah which has baksha parnosis sharitzon, which we ask for a parnos and other needs. Ech mutar b'Shabbos has a mutar in Shabbos. Tefillah zui tefillah rab b'chol hashana the brachos. Rab is daven this whole year. Vasklasa shetin l'chaim arukim b'sop osifu with chilaso shechadesh olenu as a chodesh letabav libracha. The beginning is l'chaim arukim, shetin l'chaim arukim. In the end, where they added on to the bracha, because Rabbi said every day that this chodesh should be letabav libracha. L'chaim is b'sidurim b'sop b'skus tfilas rab. I actually heard this once. Down Brisk in Chicago, down Brisk in Chicago, there was a Shem Baal Tefillah used to say B'skus Tefillas Rav, because this is Tefillah Rav. But we said to be very bogus. And oh God, through in here Shivas Brisk. This is Ratzis Mashach B'skus Tefillas Rav. The Yirah Shem had peace and Tobazeh. So he says, "Maybe I'm this mistake." Shem Tzayin Tzion Shazel Tefillas Rav. The person who was bringing sources noted that this tefillah originated with Rav. V'lo yadu hakavana. They didn't know what it meant. But Sivu Tebus Biskus. No, they added word Biskus. Who allowed us to make a new tefillah on Shabbos? But up to me, says Arukh HaShulchan, I would take away the Rosh Chodesh. Wow. Akosha Shas and Minag, simple to change the Minag with Tzarech in Gadol. Chabad, I know, does not say the Yiratzon. I don't know if anybody else doesn't. I assume that other people as well, but Chabad, I know, specifically does not say the Yiratzon. Yud, Rosh Chodesh, Mutzah Melachah, Rosh Chodesh, allowed to do labor. Women are knowing not to do work on Rosh Chodesh. It's a good minute for them not to work. They didn't want to give their earrings to their husbands to make the golden calf. If you had needed them, the 7th year of Rosh Chodesh, let's say, got additionally got them Rosh Chodesh. So there's a place where there's many to do some forms of labor and others not to do. Go after the custom. Only because none of the custom has been like that in the past. But if it hasn't been settled, there's no precedent. One can't do any labor on Rosh Chodesh. By us, the wives of the Balabatim, meaning the idle wives of the rich, they don't do malacha, but women have to work at their craft. They do get involved in their work on Rosh Chodesh. They never accept by themselves, so they'll lose their parnasa. Mr. Bird says if Rosh Chodesh is 2 days, there's some opinions of the poskim that you have to the women have to assist both days from malacha, and there's those who say it has to do the minhag hamakom. In any event, if it happens to the minhag hamakom, it can only be made on the first day of Rosh Chodesh. Says Mr. Burr, because it's the Hashlama of the previous month, right? It's the 30-day previous month, but not the second day of Rosh Chodesh, which is the primary Rosh Chodesh, because it's Aleph of the next month. Yurav Yesh Anshe Maaseh. There are people of accomplishment. Shnagul is now Erev Rosh Chodesh who fast on Erev Rosh Chodesh. Because as the Medrash says, diminish the size of the moon. Great things which have to with this have to do with our condition. Okay, Mishnah says best if you do it first time, you make it tonight, and I'm makabel this to do it forever. So it shouldn't be a gather of there shouldn't be a in case you can't pass 1 year, and so therefore they say it's best to stipulate it's not being taken on as a nether. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. the moon will become renewed like us. Commercial because the Kiddush Labana, like the same Kiddush Labana. Lacheni Yeshua Mukamei Akubalim. Shisanu Aram Boilat. Those Mukalim who fast until the Moilat, in order to bring about, I guess, the Geula. At the same time, we sign him at her Erev. At Erev, by us, they fast until evening. And then they say the extended Yom Kippur Katan. Yeshua Masorv, there are 10 people fasting there. Korean by Chal, they read by Chal. On Nenu, you say Nenu, called Tain Sibur, just like every other Tain Sibur. The Shabbat says, as far as say that even someone who can't is not fasting, nevertheless, he should do tshuva on the day of a tinus to fix the Averos which he, well, this time it's will be Rosh Chodesh, in order to fix the Averos with which he destroyed the entire month. Since it's the last day of the month, it's like Erev Rosh Hashanah the entire year. Erev Rosh Hashanah. And they're definitely the Rosh Chodesh be a time for a kapara, because he did tshuva and fasting on Erev. Maybe in fast, very least did tshuva, very least did tshuva on Erev Rosh Hashanah. Erev Chodesh. Ukshachab b'Shabbos, when Rosh Chodesh comes Shabbos, or B'Yom Rishon, Sunday b'Sayim B'Yom Chamish Yakoyim, the people fast on the previous Thursday. Mishabur says it comes out on Friday. Those who say Slichus shouldn't fast on Thursday, and those who don't say Slichus should fast on Friday. In other words, I guess because Erev Rosh Chodesh, who say Slichus, I don't know, it sounds like when and, when Rosh Chodesh comes out on Friday, people say Slichus should fast the previous day. Those don't Slichus should fast on Friday, but that doesn't make sense. Unless the Erev Rosh Chodesh came out on Friday. Erev Rosh Chodesh on Friday, those who say Slichus should fast on Friday. Those who don't say Slichus, they can fast on they fast on Thursday. Those who say Slichus don't say Slichus can fast on Friday, because Slichus runs up with the problem of Erev Shabbos in the afternoon. So therefore, you say Slichus fast the day before. We share all this Hans Chayil Chodesh to be Yosef. It's Arukh HaTorah. Somebody who became accustomed to fast, and then he was afraid to fast anymore because of his health. He needs a Torah to be matir neder. And the Emma is saying to but if he's really sick, it's Torah doesn't have to be matir neder. She also is silent. The person is really sick. It's not allowed to fast. But say to me, my putim, Piyutim achamencha. People would say the putim and the viduim after mincha. Even though the people who are not happy about this, because obviously it's coming up hard on Rosh Chodesh. It's over Rosh Chodesh. Let's say before mincha, nikom ein hamina kain. Nevertheless, that's not the custom. Tough Yud Ches. Din Tanish Rosh Chodesh. Fasting on Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh, you're not allowed to fast. Be Allah down. Not allowed to fast. Not allowed even to fast a partial fast called a tiny shows. Good Esau. Yerushalmi by base tinus. The Chomer sign every time you can fast. Chutz Shabbos in time Rosh Chodesh and Chol Shemoed Chanukah Purim. Those days you can't be fast. Megumar Gemara Tinus. Omer Megillas Tinus Rosh Chodesh Havi Doraisa. It says that Rosh Chodesh there's an Issa Doraisa fast. There's Masmichim Almighty. See if someone make a smach because that which says Yom Sim Chaschem Modechem Rosh Chodechem. Is happiness Yom Tov and Rosh Chodesh. To Kashmoed. It's linked to the Yom Tov. Rosh Chodesh Atzam Yikra Moed, and Rosh Chodesh itself is called the Moed. You see that it says Karai Moed Lishbor Bachurai. Hashem called upon me a holiday to break my children. Rosh Chodesh Av, and that's was said on Rosh Chodesh Av before Tisha B'Av. He says to let me start with Lamar Shaisul Sanos have Mamish Torah. Doesn't really mean, he says this can't really be me the rights to this is fast on Rosh Chodesh. And the Chamir Tuva, but it's very severe. Usually Asmachtas Min Torah. And there are sources from the Torah which indicate this, as at least as a hint. Of Lamash Rice was not really the rice. Gamin Chiv Lecho Pas, you also don't have to eat bread on Rosh Chodesh. Rak Shlois and main thing don't fast. Because it's an obligation to eat bread. If someone forgot Yalab Yom Rosh Chodesh, you don't make him go back to repeat Shemona Esrei. Shmuel says, nevertheless, even though you don't have to eat bread, but anybody who spends more money on the Sudas Rosh Chodesh, Tavo La Bracha, or raise a Meshubach. It's an appropriate thing to do. Base. And goes into the Tanya so Tzibur, Kodesh Shlo Tavo, Rosh Chodesh Chanukah, Purim, Leschimem, Tanios. You can't start a series of fasts, even though there's a problem, which I'm also undergoing, which begins on one of these days, including Rosh Chodesh. Shabur says if they made a Xera, the Xera is null and void. They don't have to fast. But they began a series of Monday and Thursday fast before that. Don't you Mikodem goes to the Sandos Kachwe Kachyamin that they made the decree previously to fast so many days. He's skilled behind Kodem Rosh Chodesh. And they began for Rosh Chodesh, Esher goes to Lom Ruchutz Rosh Chodesh. They didn't stipulate when they made the Xera that it does not include Rosh Chodesh. Chaim Ischil for Yom Echad, if they began even one day, in other words, Monday or Thursday for Rosh Chodesh, they don't interrupt for Rosh Chodesh, Misam Mashlimim. Make the time you complete the fast. I was talking about Rosh Chodesh came out on Monday and Thursday, right? Or Thursday. There's based in Tzibur Chamir Tuba Vavik Kinetic Gomer. Because when the base and the Tzibur make together, then it's like a nether. Bir Allah writes, however, they didn't fast yet, but only a few hours, and they remembered. I hadn't fasted Monday or Thursday before this Rosh Chodesh, and then they fasted, or they fasted a few hours beforehand. Since I guess the series didn't really take hold, the Xeris Bato, and they have to desist from fasting immediately. Ain't to be the rice of mamish. It's not the rice of lily. Shalechul of nether. There's a nether is not chal on a mitzvah. The rice, but this is not a mitzvah. The rice. But the darim cholim al var mitzvah. Also, the darim do take effect on the var mitzvah. Right, a shvur doesn't. But the nether does take effect. I'm not sure why this is a nether, not a shvur. Because they're asking the food. I guess because of that. V'zel b'tzibur. Let's talk about with the tzibur. The Shbur also writes that it seems that also only in Eretz Yisrael. But today, the Tzibur has a din of a Yachid. Therefore, it will not be binding. And as he says next slide, Av Yachid Shkibel Level Isas Kakli Yomim. If an individual who was Kabbal himself to fast so many days, Pakab Rosh Chodesh, that he came out against Rosh Chodesh, Osh Kibel Level Isas Rosh Chodesh. It was Kabbal who passed Rosh Chodesh. In Kibel Rosh Kabbalah, Tanya is Bama in Tzorach HaTorah. Just in Kabbal, regular language of Kabbalah science doesn't need the mater nether. Shmuel, the other person would say, not only that, but if you can't keep that tightness, you don't have to make it up. And he says, but specifically when it's Kabbal, tightness of Monday and Thursday the entire year, or several months, and then Rosh Chodesh came in the middle, Then he can say that his Kabbalah doesn't affect that day, and so therefore he doesn't have to make up the day by fasting another day. It was a compound himself, Stam so many days to fast, and evidently it was in a row, because it says it includes Shabbos, Yotam, or Chodesh. You have to skip them and be mashlim afterwards, because he didn't specify that he's going to get not do Rosh Chodesh. I mean, he didn't specify that he's going to do Rosh Chodesh, so therefore he doesn't have to make it up. Okay. We all should give all these anos. They might finish this, but let's read it again. Yoch should give all these anos kafel yomi. An individual is a kafel fast on so many days. Pagab Rosh Chodesh met up with Rosh Chodesh. Give all these anos Rosh Chodesh and kafel Rosh Chodesh. Itself give all Rosh Kabbalah. It's nice, Bamo. It was the kafel. It's just the Russian time. Yes, we did this. Kafel Russian time. Tinus. He doesn't need that Torah. Days in that a garment time company netter. Be kibble first netter. It's explicitly didn't says netter. My real lie. He said it's upon me. To have a kin netter, which is like an netter. Tzorcha Torah Chacham the Chacham as you matir it. Yodeh Shem these bar. Bezel Yodeh is explained. It says you mechuyev to matir netter. It's not just that you can matir. Mechuyev matir netter, so you won't have to pass on Rosh Chodesh. Gimel Sha'im Nis Mishbali sounds kach kach. Yami took an oath to fast so many days. But Rabbi Rosh Chodesh among them. Hashvua Chalala b'vadai. The shvua takes effect upon him definitively. I feel Imaya Daraisa will take effect even Daraisa. Vitam Kola because it answers. Since it answers other days, so it includes Rosh Chodesh as well. Both if you didn't make it explicitly a net it's a fast from Rosh Chodesh. He writes nearly Shkol of Shua. Says Shua takes effect. Came a channel me the Rabbanon because it's only the Rabbanon. Bishop Bura says you should be matter nether anyway and not fast. But the basis goes out says Ella Shemediva Rambam the other Chodesh Doraisa. Seems it's a Doraisa, I guess. I guess because it's a Kabbalah. I don't know. Vasima Tufkuf Ayin is Bar Bazayin Shem will be explained later on, much later on. Misana Rosh Chodesh, something fast Rosh Chodesh over Tanis Chanukah B'Purim, Tanis Chalom. He did fast Rosh Chodesh on Chanukah Purim because he had a Tanis Chalom. Tzarech L'Meisa Tanis L'Tanis, so he's got to make a sit at Tanis, and in fact he said sat in a Tanis. That's the truth on that. He must the right thing to do. Like an Avera Lishma, but you have to still need kapara for having done that Avera. Avram says if you're Masana Tanis Chaloim in Rosh Chodesh, just Rosh Chodesh, you don't have to sit as a Tanis for your Tanis, because some say that there is a mitzvah to fast on Rosh Chodesh or Rosh Chodesh as Tanis Tzadikim. I forgot who's your side. I think Rosh Chodesh is Aaron Kohen, but I forgot whose is Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Okay. Tough you test. Din Sidas Rosh Chodesh. Halacha of a Sudan Rosh Chodesh. Kasav Tur writes mitzvah l'harabos pursues Rosh Chodesh. Mitzvah to have a large Sudan Rosh Chodesh. This is where it says. Somebody says Hamboti on Rosh Chodesh and eats and drinks nicely. I raise him shubach. Okay, back to Roshon. The Gosim Bushan Ben Gila Perak Al Mission the Magdimim Lo Machim. I was Sudas Purim Sudas Chodesh Machim Lo Magdimim. The Suda for Purim and Sudas you make it later rather than earlier. Klamar meaning Shnafar Rosh Chodesh B'Shabbos. When Rosh Chodesh comes on Shabbos, Lav Hachi Yesh to the Shabbos. Anyway, it was Shabbos. Osim Sudas Rosh Chodesh B'Yom Rishon. Makes Rosh Chodesh on Sunday. Kippurim Shchalim Shabbos. Like a Purim came out on Shabbos. I mean, the Dama, the Purim makes an analogy to Purim. Shema Min Ashu Chiyuv. It seems that it's a chiyuv to have that suda, just like on Purim, it's a chiyuv to have the suda. But furthermore, the iskash l'moed, it's there's a hekesh to a moed. The kinds of moed, the bekra, the yom simchaschem, modechem asher chodshechem. Doesn't mention the pasuk here, but it's linked to yontif. See, Rabbi David, ki zevan lishmcha lanu. By David, Yonasan said ostensibly David said to Yonasan, we have a chag mishpach, a chag zevan mishpacha, but Rosh Chodesh, and that was Rosh Chodesh. See if I machlas a Chodesh Sheni. It says by the next day Rosh Chodesh. But see the Yisrael comes on Rosh Hashanah, Ksubin Rosh Hashanah. See it says all of a person's food is allocated from Rosh Hashanah. Chutz levam mashmotzi b'tzos Shabbos it's Yom Tov b'Rosh Chodashim v'chol Shel Moed. Even on Rosh Chodesh Chol Moed, if you're mar b'suda, it's a high madrega. Mashnachos molichos mochim beis rabon, mosifin lo. I guess that the I guess you should give your kid extra food to take to their school. And you get a bracha for that. Beis vim gam berokech kosav ken. Rokech also writes it's vevi old mikra. He also brings down the pasuk to vayom midei chodesh chodshom midei Shabbos Shabbato. Every Rosh Chodesh and every Shabbos they would come visit the Navi. Well, actually, it's a book of It's come based on Mikdash. That's what I was saying about the where the husband of the woman who gave birth at Elisha's bracha said, "Why are you going to him today? It's not Chodesh or Shabbos." I ain't sure. Because of the student in Kovarayom, Shukapar Yisrael. Kovaray, it's the day. It's the students because of the day where it's just a Kapar Vamitzah. Zechel Suda shows him Le'avonim, it's not Mikdash, and it's also commemorates the Suda which they used to make for the Eidim, which used to come at the time of the Beis HaMikdash. I'm going to show. We had to come out the Suda shows him Ibra Chodesh. Seems like he's talking about the meal they used to make on Ibra Chodesh. Used to be Shami Cheder Mishas Dilad Sejanlina Ben Samora. That they used to make on the 30th day of the month. The Achal the Ibra Chodesh you be eat at the Ben Samora Eid. And Ibra Chodesh Interna said Ben Samara. It's not called Ben Samara because eating a chevra of a mitzvah. Why don't we have this custom to make a Sudas Rosh Chodesh? The Koshkein Shchav Rosh Chodesh b'Shabbos Shein Osim B'Suda B'Yom Rishon. And we tell them at the minute that Rosh Chodesh on Shabbos make a Suda on Sunday. Shematav Soilam, maybe the Oilam has seized on the came into the Shashler Ein Zikron Lazeh. It's not in our Shas. It's in the Psikta. And I guess and rabbis in the Yerushalmi, they've seen the Shemonsa Rosh Chodesh B'Adi Otzos Shabbos Yoantim Yom Tovim that Rosh Chodesh included in the expenditures of Shabbos Yoantim which get reimbursed from Shamayim. Later Rosh Chodesh Sarah Gemara Bereish Perek Beis Beitza. V'gam Mahachta Ben Sarah Mora Masha Ibra Chodesh Ein Ba Mitzvah. Sounds like on the contrary, Ibra Chodesh is not a Sudas mitzvah. Sheikh Tani because it says Acha b'kabel mitzvah Acha b'Ibra Chodesh. It sounds like it's something separate. Shema Min Azela mitzvah. This can't be a mitzvah. Gam Rabbein says Tibergal Dochel Korais that tells you to rejects all proof of the Torah high and sham. Come never Nochel Lechush. It's best we machmir to have a suda. Where's the Ba'avomana says Shiyadas Makoshlon. What can we do that the hand of time is burdensome on us? Come never Samajim Mosivim is a mach Rosh Chodesh. So does a hitter and adds some sort of food on Rosh Chodesh. Chem Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh, goes on Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh. Mosif in Mosif in Tavshich of Rosh Chodesh adds something for the honor of Rosh Chodesh. It's a wonderful thing. That's the Mahadran do. Back in the back, it's Mashkasam, I have only in Mishlas to dust at a Lilin, as Kosh would say, Bial Yovo. We spoke about what happens about that stuff if the Suda continues into the next day.